My name is Vivian and I am super excited to be premiering my official video on YouTube, the first of very many others to come. I will be hitting you up every Sunday morning with new gist. One Nakoko Kari, just dash me your ears by subscribing to Hearts with Heads on YouTube. I will tell you every damn thing you need to hear, even the ones you don't want to hear. Your ears will be full. Let's scatter the table once and for all, ne? Ka onye ọbụla jezuo ike. And for those snitching and jumping around my profile to get some rest too, before they break leg, I am now bringing you everything on a platter. If you fail to subscribe, you will miss out. In fact, if I were you, I will also click on the notification bell by the right, and you'll be the first to get a message immediately a new gist drops on my channel. Don't be shy. I am not seeing you. I'm not only you waka come sef, una plenty, and I appreciate that. You are there keeping me on my toes. I swear I no go fall your hand. But remember to tell everyone wetin dey sup. This woman don carry come again. You people kuku know I dey shameless from time immemorial. In short, you don't even need to stress too much explaining and adding salt and pepper. There is a share button on YouTube at the upper right. Just click and you share the gossip to all your contacts on WhatsApp. Oh yes, digital gossiping. Okwa ebe ano. There is also a dislike button there. Click to it. Maka abịa yọba gị now to click the like button. A big deal. So don't worry, just click the dislike button. The two buttons have the same weight. I am also seizing this opportunity of the premiering of my video platform to announce my podcast to you. Ishokuyabi. But surprisingly, the podcast has been going on for quite a while now, and I have a lot already, going on there. Podcasting has been my main thing until now that I started getting several requests of, Vivian, please make video, all this video thing. And that is how I landed myself here. And I hope it's worth the stress because a lot go down with video production. So if you are following me on podcast, you will usually be ahead of those, following on video platforms because my podcasts come ahead of, the videos, and not all the podcasts actually make it to video. And that being said, I encourage you to please follow my podcast on any podcast platform available to you. Apple, Google, Beaver, Spotify, iRadio. There are so many. Just search for Hearts with Heads by Vivian CO. CO is letter C and letter O. I will attach the link down below here to make it easy for you. And it is downloadable. Good news, Abby. So your village people can hear too. I think this should be enough for introduction before I let the cat out of the bag. I made a promise to my friends on Facebook while promoting the YouTube channel that I am going to share with you 5 amongst the lessons my marriage taught me. So let's dig deep into it. I was in marriage for several years, and these are some of the hard lessons I learned. Number 1, that marriage requires complete self-sacrifice and selflessness. That is, if you are willing to do till death do you part. Marriage is a total sacrifice of self, that will require you to lose who you were to become, what your new assignment requires you to be. A husband and a father, a wife and a mother, as the case may be, a homemaker, breadwinner, a counselor, and even a babysitter. Whereas you could have been a socialite, who was always everywhere, hanging out with friends, attending every event in town, parties and clubs. You could have also been a psychedelic slay queen or king that was usually up to date with the latest electronic gadgets and cars and visiting the best salons in town. You could have been a fashionista with everything designers, well-polished nails and latest hairstyles. You could have been a bookworm, who enjoy your space alone and wouldn't want anyone tampering with your personal stuff. And then all of a sudden, there is this swift change from that your comfort zone to a completely different lifestyle that would now require you to, sit more at home and, clean after people you have accepted into your life or people you have brought into your life, if children are already involved. You will be required to cut down on your excesses and prioritize your needs, and then settling for what is most important as a result of the tremendous increase in responsibilities. And of course, this turnaround will affect your packaging well, either positively or negatively. You understand what I mean? You can become classy or shabby in the process. There won't be boundaries anymore because your partner and children will meddle with your life. So what I'm trying to say is that marriage is a very challenging phase of life where change is inevitable. Moving from a free zone to a different zone entirely where you would need to explain every move you make. Otherwise, everything you do will be given different interpretations. And this required change is unfortunately the major cause of conflicts in marriages at the early stage of cohabitation. The unwillingness to let go of the previous lifestyle by still, clinging to actions and habits that will be distasteful to your partner. It is not quite easy, I agree, and that was why I stipulated that married life is a trying moment. But to overcome this stage of disappointing discoveries after, the makeup and makeover are all gone and the invitees are all back to their quarters, you will need discipline to help you cut off your larger than life expectations and excesses. You will need tolerance in order to peacefully accommodate the new people in your life. You will need patience to deal with frustration these readjustments will expose you to while you are trying to accept the new normal. The number 2 lesson marriage taught me is that there is no standard manual for that union. Yeah, relationship and marriage counselors will not like this point because they usually will, load us up with 10 secrets, 5 ways, and 7 keys to a successful marriage. Keys they do not use themselves. Of course, how could they? These doors are totally different. So they require different formats for opening them. Some doors open, by sensor. Some open with smart cards. Others open with digital code, and others open conventionally by slotting and turning. There are still other doors that, use padlock and key. So what works for this couple is not likely to work for the other couple because of the different personalities that are involved in the different locks termed marriage. Therefore, the major task every couple has is to find out what works for them, their own key. So it is a fact that there is no laid down formula or rule or guideline. Forget whatever any handout tells you. I mean, why are there still huge conflicts in the homes of these teachers if these keys or guidelines actually work for them? Please hold your ear while I say this now. Do not go importing what other couples are doing into your own home. It may backfire in your house. This game of marriage does not permit competition and imitation. Just do your own packaging in sincerity of purpose and fairness. Then every other thing shall be sorted out with time. You get it?
If you don't get it, forget about it.
Number 3 lesson is that marriage is work. And for this work, them no dey go holiday except you have decided that you no wan do it again. You know if you go collect breeze, come back. Okay, keep quiet for that side first. So marriage is hard work. And between the man and the woman, no one did the other a favor. You are equal partners in that vineyard. And it takes the contribution of the two of you to make the union work. If it were not so, the two of you would not have been needed. It would have been each one to his own. But no, in this union, we have two people with different responsibilities, running towards the same posts. And the goal is to cultivate however and whatever you both desire and are willing to reap. There is no limit to what unity can achieve. As a team, two of you will, keep scoring several goals on the net. The soccer game where own goals are accepted. And this citadel is really a mysterious place where those inside are itching to come out and those outside are struggling to get in. It's quite interesting. The fourth lesson I learned is the importance of good communication. Your relationship with your partner starts becoming toxic the moment you begin to assume things. And 100% of the time, quote me, your assumptions are wrong. Ask for clarification or offer explanations as the need may arise. It is humiliating and disrespectful to ignore your partner in the name of malice, leaving him or her to guess wrongly or rightly at things. This is very dangerous. If you want to keep gossips and blackmailers away from your relationship, do not keep secrets from each other. This way, these hungry and jobless rumor mongers will have nothing on you. Their bullets will not penetrate. Moreover, good communication with your partner gives peace of mind. It saves you from lies because you would have shared the gist with each other earlier, than having to lie later to cover up the mess. Say the truth. I would rather you tell me the truth than giving me false emotional protection with lies. Explain your reasons and apologize if need be. Lies are like time bomb waiting to explode when you least expect it. Good communication also reduces arguments. If your partner is already familiar with your points of view and the sides you are most likely to take, there won't be need for too much arguments. The discussion would usually end with something like, I already know this is what you are going to say. Mind you that there are people who do not know how to engage in healthy communication without trying to, twist things into bitter arguments. And you know that arguments, have a way of going with arrogance as you are trying to drive your certified points home. Most times, unguarded words are employed in order to win the arguments, and in such cases, your spouse turns into an opponent who receives the blows. Do not forget that there are people whose damage control system are as weak as mine. Such people remain bruised and brooding for so long, and with time, the person's self-esteem is affected. What is more important to you, winning the arguments or your partner's peace of mind? I am telling you for free that you cannot afford to be careless with words. The fact that most men are moved more by what they see than by what they hear makes the men not able to keep records of all the shits you say to them. But you see, my female gender, whatever you say to us today can still be used against you in 600 years to come. We do not forget, even though we might have forgiven. This is just the truth about women.
Jesus Christ.
The number 5th lesson I learned is not to try changing anybody. You cannot change anybody no matter how you try. So don't just toe that lane. It's better you marry your friend, marry your type, marry your class, and marry your taste from onset. You cannot go and marry rubbish and then turn around and begin to feel that you are managing the person. For how long? For how long are you going to be in that endurance ship? This is who you are going to become, one body and soul with. So choose rightly. Choose well. The melodious vows you made to each other in the presence of a congregation may not be strong enough to sustain you when the tides come. You cannot afford to build on a wrong and shaky foundation. This will amount to wasting your life on what is not worth it. So choose whom you are sure you can willingly make sacrifices for without grumbling or being grumpy at the long run. Let me tell you, compassion and attraction can be built at any stage in the relationship, but you see, love cannot be manufactured like that. If it was not there at the very beginning, no matter how you try, it may not come along the line. Then frustration and extramarital affairs will creep in. So do not marry for wrong reasons. Do not marry under any kind of pressure whatsoever. Do not marry for the sake of convenience if you are not convinced. Do not marry out of pity or for sentimental reasons. Remember that you will see no one to blame when you begin to face the music. It will feel as if you are stuck in there, and it won't matter if your life gets ruined in the process. When the deed is already done, nobody will care if you had abandoned better options to now come and live with an idiot of your choice. So make sure to risk your dreams and hopes for someone that is worth it. Remember that you will be giving up everything, including your own family, in order to start another with this person. Consider everything that is at stake, your feelings, your needs, your vibes, your stability. So please do not gamble with your precious life. Remember that other lives may have been involved by the time the going begins to get tough. Enter that institution of learning called marriage with your eyes wide open. Love is not blind anymore. Oh yes, so ebe a ka anyị na-apịakọzi isiokwu ndị mere anyị akụkọ today. And so thank you for tuning in and staying on the gist with me till the end. I hope you learned one or two things from what I shared. Unfortunately, this is how far time and situation permitted me to go today, but not to worry. I will be here again next week with another trailer load of entertaining gist. Just remember to subscribe. And if you have suggestions for me, questions or observations, all of them are welcomed. Please just kindly drop them at the comment section. I'll be glad to go through them, and who knows, your contribution may be considered in my next discussion. But make sure to hold your head in your hand while you are on my comment section or Okwamaka injury. Remember to check out other things I am up to on other social media platforms. The handles are tagged below. Thanks for your time.
Give me some.